Hey folks, Captain Jim coming to you with another two-wheel video. Sometimes scooter, sometimes motorcycle, but always about having fun for the ride. Back in the tropical tip of Texas, that's our home area, and I'm out on the CTX today. I'm going to spend a little time talking about the dual clutch transmission on the CTX and show off some of the area where we live in. Right now, I'm heading off the island that we live on. Heading on to a little piece of the mainland of Texas, right there, and then taking off, heading east across the Queen Isabella Causeway, heading towards South Padre Island. That water that you see, that's the Laguna Madre, the bay in our area. Okay, now a little bit about the bike. I've had a lot of questions about the DCT on this. Seems that a lot of riders think that it's just an automatic transmission. Just put it in drive and go. And it is that, but it's definitely so much more than that. The way you can drive this bike is just about unlimited in terms of how that transmission can work. If you put it in drive mode, it will shift, it'll upshift way fast. To the point where at 30 miles an hour you're in fourth, maybe even fifth gear. It's pretty docile at that. If you shift it into sport mode, it will hold the shift points later, and you'll get more acceleration. You'll get more engine braking, and there's a definite use for each of those. If like where I'm cruising right now on the island, that's a 25 mile an hour speed limit on this road. And if you put it in sport mode at 25 miles an hour, it's going to be hunting back and forth between second and third gear. Put it in drive mode and it'll shift to about fourth gear at that point and just run smooth and easy, just like riding a big scooter. Out on the main drag on South Padre Island, I'm heading north right now towards one of my favorite cruising places on South Padre Island. This coming up on the South Padre Island Convention Center. It's where big events are held, concerts, large conventions, that sort of thing. But what it holds for me, I have kind of a personal attraction to, there it is, you're seeing it right there. That's a Wyland whaling wall. Those are near life-size orcas painted on the wall on that section of the convention center. And some of you know that I'm a retired boat captain. The last 5 years that I was working was running whale watch boats out in the Pacific Northwest, where I got to see those wonderful orca almost daily. And right now I'm pulling into the parking lot of the convention center. This will be some low-speed maneuvering. I'll just be quiet while you get yourself busy watching this. It's good practice to take that CTX out, since it's a lot bigger than the Vespa I had riding previously. And just practice some low-speed tight turning. For those of you not familiar with trail braking, that's a good way to have low-speed control with an automatic transmission on a motorcycle. You can put the bike in drive, and if you keep it under 10 or 11 miles an hour, it's not going to upshift. You could put it in sport mode, for sure it won't upshift. Put it in manual, it won't upshift. And you use a little bit of rear brake, and that controls your speed much like you would use the friction zone in a manual transmission motorcycle. And this right here was a walk around where you could see the CTX, and then now we're back out and about on the Scoot. Leaving the convention center, and I'll be making a right turn here and heading south on Padre Boulevard, the main drag. South Padre Island is a destination resort area. The main part of the populated area on the island is about 4 miles long. It's a lot of high-rise condos, hotels, beach shops, bars, restaurants. Pretty much the best beach in Texas and one of the best beaches in the country. All right, heading off from South Padre Island, I'm heading out over the Queen Isabella Causeway, headed towards mainland once again. And it's a 2.5-mile trek across that causeway, and you're going across the Laguna Madre there. Looks like a lot of water out there. Most of that water is 2 to 4 feet deep, except for the channels where it's been dredged. That water is what brought us to the tropical tip. As you can probably tell from my screen name, I'm a definite boat guy. We're boatless right now by choice, but I still love seeing the water. And if I need to be on the water, I can throw in a kayak or a stand-up paddleboard. But right now, my main joy is getting out on the scoot. And I call all of our two-wheel conveyances scoots. Always have. Back when I was riding Harleys, they were a scoot. All right, we're back on the mainland. There is the Port Isabel Lighthouse, and we've come to the end of today's ride. Thanks for riding along.